The most common complaint that I've seen about the current meta is people complaining that Priest does too much random stuff. So I've taken it upon myself to build a Priest deck that is entirely non-random. So unfortunately, that does mean we can't play powerful cards like Renew or Palm Reading. Actually, I started by copying a meta Priest deck and just removing all the random cards, and I removed 17 cards. So there's a lot of good Priest stuff that we're doing without. But we still have a lot of good stuff going on as well. We still have powerful non-random board clears with Soul Mirror. We also have Against All Odds plus Wave of Apathy. We have Xyrella. And we of course have Blade Master Samuro plus Apotheosis. As far as win conditions go, I am playing N'Zoth. And to support the N'Zoth, I've got Alexstrasza as a dragon, 2 Light Shower Elementals, a Moonfang, and a Circus Amalgam. The Moonfang is just a pretty sticky minion that I think can kind of carry us in grindy late game matchups. And to really grind out those matchups if we need to, I've also got 2 copies of Psyche Split, which are just generally good on our big fangs, and they're particularly good on Moonfang. I'm also playing Headmaster Kel'Thuzad, which is pretty insane with Against All Odds. You can steal an entire board. I've got 2 copies of Priest of An'Shi as just another big idiot in the deck, so we can actually kill our opponent with something. With 2 Priests and Xyrella, I feel like it makes sense to play Desperate Prayer. We've got a couple of things for card draw. And then finally, I am playing 2 copies of Cabal Acolyte, which is the only card in the deck that's arguably not non-random. But depending on the board state, you can target it. And it's pretty hard to justify not playing Cabal Acolyte when we're already playing Wave of Apathy to go with our Against All Odds.
Tyrande versus Rexa. My fang and claw.
Alone give me strength.
I'm actually a little tempted to keep Circus Amalgam, because I don't have much early game. But the early game I do have is pretty good. Circus Amalgam isn't that great. Alright, well, I found 2 9-drops, so that's probably not great.
Happy Midsummer.
Happy Midsummer Festival. Armor! Lightly used armor.
Alright, my opponent's playing some jank. Maybe I can get away with having 2 9-drops in the opener. Could play Cabal Acolyte here, but I'd rather guarantee a hit off of it, I think. I'll just play the Moonfang here. There's a pretty high chance it dies, but I don't know. Also a pretty good chance it doesn't, and then I can land Psyche Split on it. Interesting. Thought my opponent was just going to play a Teacher's Pet here. I think I did see this lock and load list posted the other day, but there's no way it's good, right? Because it plays lock and load, which is not a good card. Serpent Bloom is really annoying against Moonfang.
The path is clear. My hand
I'll just play the Light Shower Elemental. That's a good overdraw. Why wouldn't my opponent have a claw machine here? Well, I do have Soul Mirror, but it's not a very good Soul Mirror.
Your mind is not your
I guess I'll just let my Cabal Acolyte do something random. I definitely hit the good one, stealing Zixor. So my opponent overdrew a Jewel of N'Zoth, and now their first Jewel of N'Zoth can at best hit 2 Death Rattle. Well, no, I guess they hit the Claw Machine, so they can still hit 3 Death Rattles off of it.
What adventure are you up to today? Plague lands. Wash your hands.
That was an interesting attack.
the path is clear.
I think it makes sense to just play this here. What did my opponent even take off this? They took the damage. Wow.
These waters give life.
Alright, I found an enabler for my Zyrella, which I was lacking up to this point.
And the cycle of life is
I think here I just dropped the Alexstrasza, put a dragon into my N'Zoth. The dragon now hits elemental, or the N'Zoth now hits dragon elemental and a beast. Unfortunately, the beast is random between Moonfang and Zixor. So, yeah, that is a little bit uncool. It's probably still the play, though. I guess Moonfang wasn't necessarily that good here, because the dream with hitting it is to Psyche split it, but they do have the missile thing to kill Moonfangs. And Moonfang just in general isn't that good against Hunter because they have Kolkar. I got slammed. I can Soul Mirror here. It kills these two. Probably better off just playing Zyrella. So, Desperate Prayer, Zyrella, Priest. Then I can even play Loot Order.
What is illusion?
what knowledge do the stars provide? Death is not my goal.
Alright, well, I can still get wrecked by Serpent Blooms here. There's a Serpent Bloom. But it is only one Serpent Bloom. My opponent could have, in theory, played 3 of them here, I think. Well, with lock and load, it could be an infinite number. Samuro is lethal. No, I need this to not be pack tactics. Does this wake up next turn? Yeah, next turn. I do still have 2 Apotheosis in the deck for Samuro, so probably don't want to just waste it. I know that that secret's not freeze or explosive already. So pack tactics, open the cages. It's also could be snake actually. Should have healed a minion. Not sure why I healed my face.
What do you mean, play?
Yeah, not healing a minion here looks real dumb because 2 of them get traded now. And I'm starting to run out of stuff. I do still have 2 copies of Against All Odds to go with my Kel'Thuzad though. Might need to rely on that this game. What are these? Bloated Python and Claw Machine. Do I Soul Mirror this board? It's pretty good, right? Could hit a Loot Hoarder off this Claw Machine, otherwise I'm just healing.
Not my best day on the job. Not my best day on the job.
So for Insight, I have 2 Zixor Primes, Priest of Anshi, and Loot Hoarder. So 50% that Insight draws Zixor Prime. Please draw Against All Odds. Unfortunate. Is there any way to double steal with Cabal Acolyte here? I don't think so. If I go Acolyte, then Psyche Split, I waste one of the spell bursts. If I go Wave of Apathy, then Cabal Acolyte, then Psyche Split, then one of the spell bursts isn't active. Could Insight for the Zixor Primes, but they're not quite good enough here. I think I'm just stealing one of those and double taunting.
Your mind is not your own.
So I have 12 cards in deck. 2 Zixor Primes would be really good, 2 Against All Odds would be really good, and 2 Apotheosis would be really good.
This is not what we stood for.
Alright, that 2/4 put in work. There's Apotheosis. I guess I play Insight here. No real reason not to. Big Zixor. 4 damages. There's just no way that it's better than Samuro.
My blade, explosion, I hear, and obey.
That 7 goes face for sure. 8 goes face. 9 goes face. 10 goes face. 11 goes face. 12 goes face. 13 goes face. 14 goes face. 15 goes face. 16 goes face. 17 goes face. 18 goes face. 19 goes face. 20 goes face. 21 goes face. 22 goes face. 23 goes face. 24 goes face. 25 goes face. 26 goes face. 27 goes face for sure. Could value trade here. I don't really see that much reason to. This 3 is actually pretty good, because if my opponent Zixors, they kill these, I'm left with this 3 power minion, I Psyche split it and attack. They might be fatiguing to death. All right. Well, even if they didn't fatigue there, they made a strong board, but it just didn't deal with my board, so feeling pretty good about that one.
versus Ragnaros.
Elune give me strength.
No reason to keep any of these, I think. Loot Hoarder's alright. I would love to find Desperate Prayer with this hand. It's either go with Zyrella or Priest of Banshee. Well, maybe my opponent makes a 0-2 totem. I Loot Hoarder. They do something that doesn't have Rush, and then I can play Apotheosis. Or not.
Mind if I roll me?
Alright, so I found my turn 6 play. It's Samuro Coin Apotheosis. I'll just pass here. Turn 5 is Cabal Acolyte Wave of Apathy, and then turn 6 is Reno.
Nature waits for no one but me.
Oh, you built this for me?
Ooh, against all odds. No, I think this is fine.
Mind is not your enemy.
Yeah, that was the one I planned on stealing, so it wasn't random.
Flames on the side of my face.
Well, I'm very unlucky that my Samuro is not a full clear here. It might full clear all of my opponents out of the game, though, because I would concede here.
Never be afraid of your inner power.
It's not that easy to deal with this Samuro. Did my opponent play a Torrent activator last turn? It doesn't look like it. So far, it looks like they have to trade off their water elemental. If you've restored health this turn, so I can heal my minion, right? 8-8. How's my N'Zoth looking? I haven't played anything into my N'Zoth, right? So 9 mana, 5/7. But that's okay. I have 2 pretty much just straight up full board clears in my hand, so not too concerned about this game. And my opponent might not even be able to deal with this 8-8 here, in which case I can just play Psyche Split. Or they can get the 1 mana to deal with it. I don't think I need to play a card here.
And the cycle of life is reborn
Ouch.
anew.
So I could actually go Desperate Prayer, Zyrella, which does 9. Because my opponent only heals for 4, but I heal for 5. 9 is good enough to kill this. And then I have 5 mana left over, so I could actually just, like, drop a Psyche Split on Zyrella. I'll be at 18, so it's not like I'll die. Or I could instead just go, like, Insight, Hero Power, try to find something better to do with my Psyche Split. The thing about the Zyrella play, though, is that they both have 5 power, so they die 2 against all odds if I need to play that. Which isn't super appealing.
What haste?
What knowledge do the stars
I think I'll just play the one Zyrella, and we'll Insight and probably Hero Power. And Loot Order, why not? I wonder if I ever could die here. Doomhammer, double Rockbiter is 16. And then, I mean, Lightning Bloom, that can always pump out enough damage. So I technically could die here.
Or scourge.
But I'm not sure if that's even a Doomhammer deck. Alright, not a Doomhammer deck. This is really good to copy since I have N'Zoth in hand. I would for sure like to draw a Light Shower Elemental before I N'Zoth, but if I'm forced to play it for just 2 4/5 taunts, that's fine. So I do have the 3 damage Condemn here, which kills the Totem and the Wailing Vapor. Oh, I guess it doesn't kill the Totem. Do I have to play against all odds into this board? That'd be pretty sad. I do not have to do that. My opponent did play the Wailing Vapor here, so I can get Lily Pad Lurkered. This card was drawn by the Primal Dungeoneer, so
What is a loon's
it's an elemental, very likely. I mean, the Light Shower Elemental is just always getting hexed if they have it, right? I don't really see how I can play around that. And if they hex, they're only showing 6. They'll need 9 from hand. It's not like I die to that. I guess I can just play N'Zoth here.
I wonder.
And then maybe bait out a hex and then play the Light Shower Elemental.
The path is clear for the weary.
I don't know. I'm not totally in love with this. If this does get hexed, though, then, hey, I get a Frog off N'Zoth. That's not nothing. Oh, it's dying to damage. I think this not getting hexed means I just win the game. I'll just double condemn here, I guess. Wave of Apathy plus against all odds is a more guaranteed clear if something scarier happens. And there's no point in playing N'Zoth into minions, right?
Turn up the heat.
Now this we can play N'Zoth into.
We shall sun shall rise.
Just heal up my board after it takes damage. Alright, looks like they're conceding. If they don't concede, I'll blow up my own board. Oh wait, no, Wave of Apathy doesn't even affect my 4/5s. Beautiful.